Dillian Whyte sometime in December, that's definitely going to happen. I'm going to splatter him for sure. Dillian Whyte sometime in December, that's definitely going to happen. I'm going to splatter him for sure.
What's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell. Wow, it's all kicking off right now. So, for any of you dons who have been living under a rock somewhere, Tyson Scary, aka Tyson Fury, had a press conference with Fish Eyes Warren a few days ago, and in that press conference, I haven't covered it yet, but either way, in true failing to sell pay-per-view tickets and failing to sell tickets fashion, Tyson Scary called out every single half big name in the game. Yeah, AJ, Dillian Whyte. Listen, Tyson Scary is struggling to sell tickets so bad, he even called out Del Boy. Yeah, that's how far down the list he got, because he's that desperate. He's trying to bring every little scrap, every little, any, he's trying to hit every single possible market. Anyone who's got any fans, Fury trying to pitch to, no doubt. So anyway, Tyson Scary said, yep, I'm going to beat Wilder in October, and then I'm going to beat Dillian Whyte in December. But he didn't only just say that. He tried to make out like, oh, you know what? I'll beat Wilder in October, and then, oh no, I can't fight AJ in December, so I guess I'll do Dillian. One of them ones, trying to make out like he was really going to fight anyone in December. Listen, we'll be lucky to see Fury fight in October full stop. Do you understand? About, oh, we were going to fight AJ, we're not going to have enough time to fight AJ in December, so we'll just fit Dillian in. Get serious. You want to worry about turning up for the October fight, you muppet. Anyway, that's where he was left to. Well, that's where it was left. Yeah? Your man's Scary, calling everyone out. Talking about how he's going to fit Dillian in December. Obviously, your man's Dillian heard that, and this is where we're... Now, obviously, that's where we're up to right now. And these are the comments your man's Dillian Whyte said. He said, I see the bare-knuckle coward is back on the white lines again. Do not do the sniff. Do not do the white. Yeah? He also posted, hey, sniffhead. If you're serious about fighting me, you and Fish Eyes need to stop talking SHIT and let's do business. Not just talk-ish online. You know where I'm at. Do not do the white. So, that's how it all started. Well, I didn't tell you, like, we know how it started. It started with Tyson Scary trying to drum up some pay-per-view sales. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to sound like a bit of a hypocrite. I was about to say, I don't know why Dillian Whyte bites for. Because we know what he's trying to do. And Dillian's already pointed it out. He's trying to sell tickets. For me, yeah, I wouldn't even worry about Scary. I wouldn't even worry about Tyson Scary until the contract is sent. That's it. Because all he wants to do is talk. I wouldn't even entertain it. Unless, because again, people will say, why be you a hypocrite? Because you say AJ should air him out. Listen, I don't think AJ should just sit there and go back and forth with him. I think he should air out specific details. Yeah? Specific things that have happened. Going back and forth like this with Dillian, oh, you're a sniffhead and all this, that's what he wants. He wants you to get in a back and forth with no substance to it. Me, I want AJ and Dillian to talk about how he ended the question. If I was them, man, yeah, I'd be tagging all the media. I'd clip the part where Tyson Fury said he's giving his whole purse to charity, and I'd tag all the media and say, useless media, paid off media, MTK media. Why haven't you looked into this? Said he's giving his whole purse to charity. Where was the follow-up of that? Oops. Yeah? Little things like that. Or the C19 narrative. Where's the proof of that? Yeah? Instead, truth be known, yeah, I believe they're all in bed together, honestly. Because what do we know? We know Dillian has been crying about WBC for months, for years, and he ain't doing nothing in court. So, until he starts doing something in court, it is what it is. He talking. He doing exactly what Tyson Scary doing, just talking. People say, well, YB, you know, Dillian wants it. How do you know that? What's he done to prove he wants it, apart from talk? We know, when Lennox Lewis wanted it, what did he do? He took the man to court. No doubt. He didn't sit there talk, and sit there on his hands fighting 40-year-old bums. Dillian loves fighting bums, I'm sorry, they all do. You know what? It's not fair on Dillian. Not just Dillian. In 2021, fighters love fighting bums. They love it. Yeah, it's a fact. They love it. Their favourite thing to do is fight a 40-year-old bummed on. I mean, Dillian fought Povetkin. Povetkin was washed. What are you fighting him for? Washed to bits, Povetkin was. And still smoked your boots. Yeah? And it's not about Dillian, because Fury just as bad. Fury don't even fight. But I'm sick of people telling me, YB, don't go on Dillian, at least he's fighting. No, it's not at least he's fighting. I'm sick of that. Why do you have to accept that? Oh, YB, don't go on Dillian. Tyson Fury ain't even fighting. What, so is that where we set the... Is that where the level's set then? Just because other people ain't fighting, we should accept people fighting 40-year-old wash-dons. Nah, that's you, man. You, man, can celebrate Dillian going in there with Chris Arreola. I had one dude telling me, oh, YB, Chris Arreola was good enough for Andy Ruiz, so why can't it be good enough for Dillian? Who said it was good enough for Andy Ruiz? Who's Andy Ruiz? What, the man who nicked the belt off AJ and then ain't been doing nothing since? That guy. Who is he? Oh, YB, he's undisputed. He was a unified champion. Get serious. Andy Ruiz wasn't a real unified champion. Who you kidding? Oh, YB, if Chris Arreola's good enough for a unified champion, it's good enough for Dillian. You, man, are as bad as Fury fans. Get serious now. Chris Arreola, the only fight he should be doing right now is the Andy Ruiz rematch. But outside of that, what's Dillian fighting him for? Where's that going? Where's that fight going? So like I said, all in all, I think they're all playing games together. I think Dillian Whyte knows, oh well, Tyson Fury is trying to sell tickets. If you know that, why are you going back and forth with him? And I get it, to be fair, from Dillian's point of view, he's probably thinking, well, why not? It's not bad for my brand. And I think that's my point. My point is, I think these guys are all just involved in marketing. They're all just working together, essentially. You know what, people? None of us are going to fight. Let's just keep talking in the media. Because what we know is, as I've explained, ain't no one going to court. Dillian hasn't fought 3-4 years of moaning, no court papers. Oops, why is that? It's not like he's a super broke fighter. Dillian's made millions. Are you telling me he hasn't got, 50, 100 grand to put into a court case? I don't know. Depends if he thinks he really deserves. Maybe he doesn't believe he's supposed to be getting an opportunity. I don't know. All I do know is he stay fighting random dudes. Don't no one care about. He stay fighting them. So, listen. Me, if I was Dillian, I'd leave Tyson Scary where he is. I wouldn't even entertain it. You know what he's trying to do here. He's trying to sell tickets. What are we going back and forth with him for? He's a goofy. Yeah? You give him exactly what he wants. No doubt. But listen, it is what it is. I'm sure fight fans, we can't lie to ourselves. We do love the hype. We love the back and forth. It's entertaining. But for me, it's getting tiresome. I was saying to one of my people the other day that if I had another channel, yeah, I'd be getting away from this boxing. It's doing my head in. I'm sick of going around in circles. I'm sick of people just, what do we do all day? Talk about the same things. Oh, look. Fury's a sniff head. Oh, look. Fury's pulled out again. It's tiring. It's dead. Isn't it? Nothing happens. We've been... in the last 2 years, what decent fights have happened? Go on. Tell me. Which ones? Oops. None. In 2 years. What decent fights have happened? Yeah? None. In 2 years. And the worst thing is, when you look forward, there's nothing even really set up in the future, contractually speaking. 2 years ago, Dillian was trying to scrape around for the WBC. Now, I guess you can argue, well, and this is the thing, so my point is, yeah, he lost to Povetkin. That's what messed him up even more. He really ain't really got a leg to stand on now, because he got moshed by a 40-year-old dude. Which just shows the state of heavyweight boxing. Which proves my point. It's down bad. The quality of boxing is shocking. You got the number 3 dude getting smoked by a man who was shot to bits. Povetkin was shot to bits. Dillian Whyte's chin is super suspect. That's the fact. I'm sorry. You never should have got slept by that dude. I'm sorry. Oh, it's heavyweight boxing. You can just get caught. No, you can't. That guy Povetkin was washed. I'm sorry. It's a fact. He was washed. So you can't just get caught. I don't believe that. Not how washed Povetkin was. Povetkin was finished in that fight. He'd put him down 4 times and he had no gas left and he still got smoked. So it just sums it up. There's no surprise Dillian fighting 40-year-old dudes, because guess what? He best stay fighting 40-year-old dudes. If he don't, who knows what's going to happen. He ain't going to go in there with Joe Joyce, is he? He's not going to go in there with people who are sturdy, because if he got murked by a man who's 40-year-old and he put down 4 times, there's no telling. Joe Joyce hit him with a jab, he'd going cold, isn't he? Let's call a spade here. Yeah? If Joe Joyce hits Dillian Whyte with a jab, he'd go and spark out. That's a fact. But it's a shame that the way boxing is today, you're better off just staying fighting bums and old people. The incentives in the sport are all out of whack. You get paid just as much to fight Joe Joyce as you do Chris Arreola. I don't know what's going on here. It's mad. That's why people have a go at Dana White, yeah? But guess what? Dana White and the UFC, they're fighters. Well, the reason UFC is the biggest, one of the most profitable and one of the most successful sporting organisations in the last 20 years is because the model works, yeah? The best fight the best in the main. 95% of the time, the best fight the best. In boxing, we get the best fighting old people. We get the best getting chinned by old people, yeah? We get the best running around talking for 2 years, holding the belt. The whole lot needs to go in the bin. And that's what I was saying. Eddie Hearn and DAZN should sack off all the belts. The belts are shocking. But then again, I think Eddie Hearn's in. I think they're all in together. That's the point I'm getting at. I think they're all just doing it together. Because at this point, why are we the only ones that can see it? I don't believe it. They're all just. And I think the problem is when you look at the incentives, Eddie Hearn's making millions anyway. When this system's set up the way it is, and these boxers, Dillian Whyte's getting paid millions on pay-per-view to fight 40-year-old men. So what? You know what I'm saying? Why not? If I was getting, I can't even lie to you. If I was getting paid $1 million to fight Chris Arreola or $2 million to fight Joe Joyce, I'd probably take Arreola too. And that's what I'm getting at. So at some point, these incentives have got to change. Otherwise, it's going to be what it is. We're going to be sitting here 5 years from now, hearing Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte going back and forth. And we might get Tyson Fury versus Schwartz in the meantime.